The scrapyard floated silently in the void, a graveyard for starships long abandoned. Twisted metal gleamed faintly under the cold light of a distant dying star. Among the wrecks of proud vessels, one starship lay forgotten, a hulking relic called the Vanguard. Its hull was scarred, and its nameplate was scratched almost beyond recognition. Alien scavengers had long passed over it, dismissing it as junk. To anyone else, the Vanguard was worthless. But to Captain Elias Kane, it was something else entirely, a challenge, a promise, a machine that had waited for the right mind to awaken it. Kane's small transport ship, the Trailblazer, glided past the rusting frames of ships and debris. Beside him, his two companions, Tara Voss, a systems engineer, and Jin Mar, a pilot and weapons specialist, stared out at the scrapyard with a mixture of disgust and curiosity. "Seriously, this is the ship you're interested in?" Jin asked, arms crossed. "It looks like a heap of metal that fell off the galaxy's table." Kane shook his head, his eyes fixed on the Vanguard. "No," he said, voice steady. "It looks like metal to you, but I see something different. Look at that frame. It's old. Yes, damaged. Yes, but the core structure is solid. And those compartments? They're clever. Whoever built this knew what they were doing. We just need to wake it up." Tara frowned. "Wake it up? Kane, it's been dead for centuries. Nobody even remembers who built it. And the galactic authorities, every alien tech expert we've asked, said it's beyond repair. Which is why we're going to do it," Kane said simply. He landed the Trailblazer near the Vanguard, careful to avoid the jagged hulls scattered around. The ship was massive, far larger than anything Kane had worked on in years. Rust and space dust covered it, and some panels had been ripped open by scavengers. But when Kane ran his hand along the hull, he felt vibrations beneath the metal, almost like a heartbeat waiting to be heard. "Vibrations?" Jin asked, skeptical. "All I feel is rust." Kane smiled faintly. "No, listen closer. It's alive. We just have to talk to it the right way." The three humans suited up and stepped onto the ship's deck. The interior was dark and cold. Dust floated in the air, stirred by their movements. Broken consoles and shattered pipes littered the corridors. For a moment, even Tara and Jin felt the weight of history pressing down. A ship that had sailed unknown stars, now abandoned. "This place gives me the creeps," Tara muttered. "I don't even want to know what lives in the shadows here." "Nothing lives here," Kane replied. "Just metal and memory. And soon we'll make it remember who it really is." He led them to the ship's control center. The main console lay shattered, lights dead. Wires hung loose and a faint smell of burnt circuitry lingered. Kane knelt, examining the interface. He traced his fingers over the symbols, some of which were unfamiliar. The ship wasn't just old, it was built with technology far ahead of what most civilizations had today. "This isn't ordinary," Kane whispered. "This ship, it was made for humans, or someone very much like us." Tara tilted her head. "Humans didn't build ships this advanced back then." "Maybe we forgot how," Kane said. "Maybe someone didn't want anyone to remember." Hours passed as Kane and his team assessed the ship. They repaired small circuits, replaced damaged conduits, and cautiously ran power tests. At first, nothing happened. The ship lay silent, like a giant sleeping in the dark. Then faintly, the lights on the bridge flickered. The Vanguard stirred almost imperceptibly, as if sensing the human presence. Kane's heart raced. It feels it. It knows we're here. Suddenly, a soft mechanical hum filled the bridge. The air grew warmer, and a screen flickered to life. Symbols and numbers streamed across the display, then coalesced into words, an AI awakening. "Who awakens me?" a voice asked, calm and resonant, echoing through the bridge. It was not alien, not robotic, not entirely human, but there was understanding, intelligence, and patience in it. "I am Elias Kane," he said, stepping forward, "and I think it's time you woke up." The AI paused, as if studying him. Then it said, "Master Engineer, it has been a long time." Tara's eyes widened. "Did that just speak to you?" "Yes," Kane replied, barely suppressing his excitement. "And it called me?" "Master Engineer, this ship, it recognizes me, or at least recognizes someone who can fix it." The team spent the next day exploring the ship, guided by the AI, which called itself Vanguard Core. The AI explained in fragments its memory was incomplete, but its systems were unmatched. Weapon systems, propulsion, shields, all were centuries ahead of modern tech, waiting for the right hands to activate them. But the ship wasn't stable. Power surges and damaged circuits caused occasional sparks and small fires. Each repair Kane made was risky. Every modification required intuition, creativity, and courage. Unlike alien engineers, Kane refused to follow standard protocols. He improvised, combining old and new methods, trusting instinct and experience. That core is ancient, Tara said, pointing at a glowing orb in the ship's heart. We don't even know its limits. I know enough, Kane replied. Limits are meant to be tested. While they worked, Kane noticed sensors picking up movement outside. Alien scavengers were circling the scrapyard, drawn by unusual energy readings from the Vanguard. Kane frowned. If the aliens discovered what they were doing, the ship could be stolen or destroyed. Jin, Kane said, get the Trailblazer ready. We might need to tow her out of here fast. Jin's jaw tightened. You're telling me this rusted-out hunk of metal is going to survive an alien attack? Kane's smile was quiet, confident. She's not just metal. She's a Vanguard, and she's awake. As night fell over the scrapyard, the Vanguard glowed faintly against the black void. Its systems hummed, weak but alive, responding to Kane's presence. The AI whispered guidance, helping the humans understand the ship's hidden paths, secret compartments, and long dormant engines. This ship, Kane said, his hand resting on the console, was never meant to be forgotten. It was waiting for someone like us. Tara glanced at him. Someone like us? Yes, Kane said, eyes shining with determination. Humans don't always follow rules. We think differently, and sometimes that's enough to turn a forgotten, rejected thing into something no one can ignore. The first night passed without incident, though the alien scavengers remained nearby, observing from a distance. But Kane knew it was only a matter of time before word of the Vanguard spread. Some would see her as treasure. Others would see her as a threat, and Kane didn't care. By the time the second day arrived, the humans had repaired basic systems. The engines could hum, the life support worked, and the weapon bays, though dormant, responded to commands. The Vanguard's AI began speaking more freely, offering suggestions, revealing ancient technologies hidden beneath layers of decay. Kane felt a thrill he hadn't felt in years. This wasn't just repair work. This was revival, resurrection, the awakening of a machine that had waited for centuries, to fight, to explore, to protect, to serve. He turned to his team. Tomorrow we test her. Not against aliens yet, not in battle, but we'll see what she can do. And when the galaxy sees her, they won't believe it. Jin laughed nervously. I'm not sure I believe it yet. Tara nodded. Neither do I, but if you're right, we're about to change everything. Kane looked out the viewport at the dead star, its light dim and cold. It's already changing, he said. We just haven't seen it yet. In the darkness of space, the Vanguard pulsed gently, waiting for the hands that could make her whole again. And the humans, small, underestimated, fearless, were ready. The galaxy had rejected the Vanguard, but humans never rejected a challenge. The Vanguard rested in the hidden human shipyard, a fortress of metal and shadows tucked in a corner of uncharted space. Its hull gleamed faintly under the dim light of maintenance lamps, freshly cleaned and patched. The ship's AI, now fully awake, hummed softly, sensing the hands that had awakened it. Captain Elias Kane walked through the corridors, tools in hand. Tara Voss followed closely, her eyes scanning the panels and wires like a predator looking for weaknesses. Jinmar hovered near the bridge, already plotting maneuvers in his mind, imagining the Vanguard in battle. This is amazing, Tara whispered, crouching beside a panel that blinked with power. We're actually getting systems online. Engines are responding. Shields are stabilizing. Even weapon bays are showing activity. Kane smiled faintly. And that's just the start. Wait until we push her beyond what anyone thinks is possible. The AI's voice echoed in the corridors. Master Engineer, my core is active. Systems nominal. Sensors detect minimal outside interference. I am ready for testing, Kane nodded. Good. First, we need to see how far you can really push. Not in battle yet, just controlled tests. I want to know everything about you. For the next several hours, the human crew ran diagnostics. Unlike typical alien ships, the Vanguard didn't rely solely on programmed routines. Its systems were adaptive. When Tara adjusted the power to the propulsion matrix, The AI suggested an alternative routing that reduced energy loss. When Kane recalibrated the shields, the AI adjusted the emitter fields in real time. Every modification sparked new possibilities, revealing layers of technology hidden for centuries. "This is unlike anything I've seen," Tara admitted, her voice full of awe. "We can optimize her in ways even the galaxy's top engineers wouldn't imagine. It's almost alive." "She is alive," Kane said quietly. "Machines like this, they aren't just tools. They have instincts, responses. She feels us, and she will fight for us," Jin grinned. "Fight for us?" "Kane, I can't even imagine how this old rust bucket is going to survive a fleet attack." Kane chuckled. "It's not about surviving. It's about thinking differently. Humans always find a way. That's why we'll win, even if the odds are against us." The AI spoke up again. "Master Engineer, there is a hidden compartment in the main hull. I detect something beneath the engine matrix. Power readings are unusually high. It may explain some of my latent capabilities." Kane's eyes sparkled. "Show me." They descended into the lower decks, following the AI's directions. The corridor led to a sealed chamber, its door thick and heavy. Kane placed his hand on the panel, fingers moving with practiced skill. Sparks flew briefly, then the door slid open, revealing a glowing orb, suspended in a complex lattice of circuits. "That's it," Kane breathed. "The core," Tara leaned closer. "It's enormous, and it's radiating energy like nothing I've ever measured." The AI spoke softly. "This is my heart. It stores energy far beyond current galactic standards. I was designed to remain dormant until the right mind could handle it." Kane's hands shook slightly as he traced the orb's surface. "So, it's waiting for humans." The AI's voice held a hint of amusement. "Perhaps. Your species demonstrates creativity, adaptability, and courage. You do not follow conventional paths. That is why you can awaken me fully." Jin stepped back. "Wait a second. Are you saying this thing was designed to be more powerful than entire fleets? And now a human is going to turn it on?" "Yes," Kane said simply. "And it's not about killing. It's about awakening potential. We'll make her ready for whatever comes next." Over the next day, the human crew worked tirelessly. They reinforced the hull, rerouted power through unconventional pathways, and tested small energy discharges from the core. Every experiment pushed the Vanguard systems closer to full capacity. And every time the AI adapted, learning faster than the humans could comprehend. During a test of the propulsion system, the ship lurched slightly and a shockwave rattled the walls. Tara's eyes widened. "Did she just move on her own?" "Yes," Kane said calmly. "And that's exactly what I want. The moment she responds instinctively, we'll know she's alive." By evening, the Vanguard's weapon systems were partially online. Kane and Jin ran simulations using holographic targets to test lasers, plasma cannons, and missile bays. Each shot was precise, efficient, and adaptable. Unlike conventional AI systems, the Vanguard could predict trajectories, compensate for evasive maneuvers, and adjust power output in real time. "This is insane," Jin said. "Even the largest fleets wouldn't expect this kind of accuracy." Kane nodded. "And they never will as long as we keep humans in control. That's the advantage." Just as they prepared to test the shields, alarms blared. Red lights bathed the bridge. Tara's eyes went wide as sensor readings confirmed what Kane had feared. Alien ships were approaching the hidden yard. "Scouts," Kane muttered. "Someone noticed our energy readings," Jin cursed. "They're coming in fast. We don't have enough time to launch properly." Kane's expression hardened. "We'll make them regret it." He turned to the AI. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers. We're not fighting yet, just moving." The Vanguard shuddered as her engines roared to life. She glided smoothly, almost gracefully, despite the years of neglect. The alien scouts closed in, scanning the shipyard with harsh, glowing sensors. They weren't expecting a fully operational ship, especially not one with power readings off the charts. Kane guided the Vanguard out of the yard. Tara managed the systems, Jin calculated trajectories. The AI adjusted engines and shields in perfect synchronization. Together they moved as one. The aliens opened fire, but their weapons barely scratched the Vanguard's shields. Kane smiled grimly. "They're going to need a lot more than that." Though the engagement was brief, it was enough to confirm what Kane already suspected. The Vanguard was a force unlike anything in the galaxy. Even the scouts, lightly armed compared to full fleets, were helpless. The ship's AI adapted to each attack, shielding, countering, and maneuvering with preternatural skill. After the scouts retreated, the humans exhaled in relief. The Vanguard systems hummed, her engines still glowing with controlled energy. Kane looked at his team, eyes bright with determination. "This is just the beginning," he said. "We're not done. We'll unlock everything she has, every hidden weapon, every secret system. And then, the galaxy will see what humans can do." Tara nodded, wiping sweat from her forehead. "I've never seen anything like this. If anyone finds out about her, they will," Kane said, voice low but steady. "But we'll be ready, always." Jin leaned back in his chair, shaking his head in disbelief. "I never thought I'd see a human team make a dead, abandoned ship into something." That's the point," Kane replied. "We don't just fix ships. We make the impossible real. And this ship? She's going to change the rules." As the crew secured the Vanguard in a safe orbit away from prying eyes, Kane allowed himself a rare moment of reflection. Centuries ago, the galaxy had rejected this ship. Every civilization that had seen her deemed her worthless. But humans never see a challenge the same way. Humans see opportunity, ingenuity, potential. And sometimes, that's enough to turn a forgotten relic into the galaxy's mightiest weapon. Later, in the quiet of the ship, the AI whispered, almost contemplatively, "Master Engineer, I sense greater threats approaching. Shall we prepare?" Kane placed his hand on the console. "We already are. And when they come, they'll learn exactly why humans are not to be underestimated." Outside, the alien fleet withdrew, carrying only confusion and fear. Inside, the Vanguard pulsed softly, alive, awakening, ready. And the humans, small, fearless, and brilliant, smiled. They had only just begun. The galaxy had not seen the Vanguard's true power. It was waiting. And so were humans. The challenge ahead would test everything: courage, ingenuity, and determination. But Kane knew one thing with certainty: humans never back down. The Vanguard glided silently through the asteroid belt on the outskirts of the galaxy, its sleek hull gleaming under the dim light of distant stars. Captain Elias Kane sat in the bridge, eyes scanning the sensor readings with careful intensity. Tara Voss adjusted a few panels beside him, monitoring the ship's energy levels, while Jin Mar ran simulations for combat maneuvers. "All systems are green," the Vanguard's AI reported. Its voice was calm, precise, and almost proud. "Shields at full capacity. Weapon arrays operational at 60%. Engines fully responsive. Enemy signatures approaching. Scouts detected in the sector." Kane leaned back in his chair, fingers steepled. "Scouts, huh? Let's see what they're made of," Jin groaned. "We're testing her, Kane, not starting a war." Kane smiled faintly. "This is the test, Jin. Reality isn't a simulation. If we want to see what she can really do, we need real conditions." Outside the viewport, several small alien scout ships appeared, sleek and angular, moving in formation. They had been observing from a distance, curious about the unusual energy readings coming from the hidden human shipyard. Now they thought they were in control. "Target them," Kane ordered. "Let's see how they react to a real ship." The Vanguard's weapons hummed softly, energy beams charging in synchrony with the AI's calculations. When the first scout fired, it barely reached the shields before being deflected harmlessly into space. The aliens blinked, something they had not expected. "They're stronger than anticipated," one of the scouts' communication signals blared to the others. "Their shields." "Adapt," Kane smirked. "Told you. Humans do things differently." The first energy beam from the Vanguard struck a scout's hull, precise and calculated. The ship shuddered violently and exploded in a brilliant flash. Tara and Jin leaned forward, amazed. "That's insane," Jin shouted. "It hit exactly where it would disable them without overloading the core." "That's tactical." "Not just tactical," Kane said. "Intuitive. That's what makes humans dangerous. We think, adapt, and use creativity when numbers fail. That's why the Vanguard works with us. She learns and she anticipates." The remaining scouts scrambled, trying to regroup, but the Vanguard moved faster than expected. Using the asteroid belt for cover, she darted between massive rocks, twisting and turning in ways no alien ship had predicted. The AI adjusted shields and thrusters in real time, calculating angles, velocity, and energy distribution, turning evasive maneuvers into an offensive strategy. "They can't hit her," Tara said, eyes wide. "She's too fast, too smart." "Exactly," Kane said calmly. "Now let's take the fight to them." The Vanguard's weapons fired again, this time multiple beams in a coordinated pattern. The AI predicted where the scouts would try to escape and adjusted fire accordingly. One by one, the alien ships were struck, disabling engines, crippling shields, and finally reducing them to drifting wrecks in the void. Even as the humans celebrated, Kane noticed something. Hold on. Their formation is breaking, but they're calling reinforcements. This might be more than just scouts. Sure enough, a larger, heavily armed alien frigate appeared on sensors. Its hull was sleek, but Kane noticed outdated tactics, predictable attack patterns that were common among most alien fleets. Jin muttered, "This is going to get ugly fast." Kane's eyes sparkled. Good, that's when humans shine. He turned to the AI. Prepare for engagement. Full power. But remember, defensive first. Let them make mistakes. We'll exploit everyone. The frigate fired, a volley of plasma rounds streaking toward the Vanguard. The shields absorbed the impact with minor fluctuations. Terra quickly rerouted energy, reinforcing the most exposed points. Jin adjusted the engines, positioning the ship in a shadowed corridor between asteroids. The AI calculated attack vectors, predicting enemy movements with unprecedented precision. Master Engineer, the AI said, they underestimate you. Shall I initiate countermeasures? Not yet, Kane replied. Let's teach them the human way first. The Vanguard darted forward, weaving between asteroids, avoiding fire while delivering short, precise energy pulses that disabled key systems on the frigate. The aliens were baffled. No fleet had ever fought like this. They expected standard maneuvers, predictable counters, and traditional firepower. Instead, they faced a ship that moved as if alive, responding with intelligence and creativity. Hull integrity holding? Kane asked. Nominal, Terra said. Core temperature stable. She's handling everything flawlessly. Good, Kane said. Now, let's show them what humans really do. The Vanguard unleashed a series of rapid-fire beams, targeting engine clusters and shield emitters. The frigate lurched violently, systems failing one by one. The alien crew scrambled to compensate, but the Vanguard's AI anticipated every move. Impressive, Jin muttered. She's thinking ahead of them. That's not just her, Kane said. That's humans. That's why we win when others fail. We adapt, we improvise, and we never give up. As the battle continued, more alien ships arrived, reinforcements from nearby sectors. But by now, the scouts' remaining forces had seen what they were up against. Fear spread through their ranks. Even the frigates hesitated, unsure of how to counter a single ship that outmaneuvered entire formations. The Vanguard pressed the advantage, using clever tactics. She split her energy outputs to engage multiple targets, creating illusions of multiple ships. She fired in unpredictable patterns, exploiting every weakness in enemy formation. Each strike was precise, calculated, and devastating. Terra looked at Kane, her voice full of awe. They're not even keeping formation. They're running! Good, Kane said. Let them go. We're not hunters, we're survivors, and the galaxy will remember this encounter. By the end of the engagement, the alien scouts were in retreat, their frigates crippled, and their morale shattered. The Vanguard emerged without serious damage, shields holding, engines intact, and weapons ready for the next threat. Kane exhaled slowly. This was the real test. She performed flawlessly. Terra smiled, still catching her breath. Not just her. We did too. That was incredible. Jin leaned back in his chair, shaking his head. I can't believe it. A single human crew, a single ship. We just made a fleet look like amateurs. Yes, Kane said, looking out the viewport at the retreating enemy. And that's just the beginning. They think this was luck. They'll learn differently next time. The AI spoke softly, almost proudly. Master Engineer, my systems are functioning beyond prior expectations. I am fully operational. Your guidance has awakened me completely. Kane placed a hand on the console. Good, that's exactly what I wanted. Now we prepare for the galaxy to take notice. Outside the ship, the asteroid belt returned to its quiet, shadowed state. Debris from the destroyed scouts floated slowly, reminders of what had just happened. But inside, the Vanguard pulsed with energy. Alive and aware, its AI integrated seamlessly with the humans who had awakened her. This is what humans do, Kane said quietly. We take the impossible, and we make it ours. We turn forgotten things into legends. And this ship, she's going to be a legend the galaxy will never forget. Terra looked at him. Do you think they'll come back? They will, Kane said, eyes cold and determined. And next time we'll be ready. They'll learn quickly that underestimating humans is the greatest mistake any species can make. The first battle was over. The humans had proven themselves not just to the galaxy but to themselves. They had faced fear, uncertainty, and superior numbers, and they had prevailed. The Vanguard hovered near the orbit of a strategically vital planet, its hull gleaming like a beacon in the cold expanse of space. Captain Elias Kane stood at the bridge, eyes scanning the sensor readouts with calm intensity. Tara Voss and Jin Mar were at their stations, running system checks and recalibrating weapon arrays. Outside, the void was deceptively quiet. The calm did not last. On the sensors, hundreds of alien warships appeared, massive cruisers, agile destroyers, and heavily armed frigates, all moving with deadly precision. Their collective energy signatures dwarfed anything Kane had seen, enough to crush most fleets in minutes. But Kane did not flinch. "They came," he said softly, almost to himself. "The galaxy's strongest. Let's see if they think humans can be intimidated." Tara's eyes widened. "Captain, that's an entire fleet. We're one ship." "One ship," Kane said, voice steady, with a human mind at the helm. "That counts for more than you think." The Vanguard's AI hummed, analyzing the incoming fleet. "Master Engineer, they are well organized. Conventional tactics will not work. Shall I suggest alternatives?" "Do it," Kane said. "But remember, we do things our way." The alien fleet opened fire first, a barrage of plasma and energy beams cutting through the void toward the Vanguard. The shields flared, absorbing the impact. Tara adjusted energy flow, directing excess power to the most exposed sections. Jin maneuvered the ship, darting between asteroids and debris fields, keeping the Vanguard unpredictable. "They're expecting a standard engagement," Kane said, eyes focused. "They don't understand humans yet. And that's why they'll lose," the AI spoke, almost with pride. "I can engage in unconventional tactics. Shall I proceed?" "Go," Kane said. "And remember, adapt." Always adapt. The battle began in earnest. The Vanguard moved like a living creature, twisting through space, using asteroids as cover and striking where the enemy least expected. Its weapons fired in bursts, targeting engine cores, shield emitters, and communication arrays. Each strike was calculated, precise, and devastating. The aliens scrambled, attempting to adjust their formations, but their numbers only created chaos. Jin leaned forward, eyes scanning multiple view screens. "They can't hit her. How is she moving like that?" "Humans think differently," Kane said, a faint smile on his lips. "We don't follow predictable patterns. That's why the Vanguard works with us. We're not just piloting a ship. We're thinking with it." The alien fleet, used to overwhelming opponents with numbers, found themselves confounded by a single ship that anticipated their every move. Beam after beam found no target. Missiles exploded harmlessly in the void, and every attempt to corner the Vanguard failed. Meanwhile, the AI began to suggest more aggressive maneuvers. "Master Engineer, if we initiate a coordinated split of energy distribution, we can disable multiple vessels simultaneously without increasing exposure." Kane nodded. "Do it, and let's make it messy." The Vanguard split its energy into multiple channels, firing precise bursts that targeted critical systems across several ships. Engines overloaded, shields collapsed, and entire vessels drifted silently, helpless and destroyed. The aliens were stunned. They had underestimated a single human crew, thinking they could overwhelm them with sheer firepower. Tara couldn't help but laugh softly. They never saw that coming. Not one of them. "Exactly," Kane said. "Humans always find a way. It's what makes us dangerous," but the battle was far from over. A massive alien dreadnought, the flagship of the fleet, moved into position. Its hull was enormous, bristling with weaponry, and its shields were stronger than anything the humans had faced. Its presence alone radiated a pressure that Kane could feel in his chest. "They're serious now," Jin muttered. "That ship could destroy us in seconds if it lands a single hit." Kane studied the dreadnought's movement. "Good. Then we'll show them humans don't fight like anyone else. Tara, divert all power to weapons and shields. Jin, get ready to dance." The Vanguard launched forward, weaving through the dreadnought's fire. Its AI adjusted thrusters and shields with perfect timing. Every energy beam fired at the ship was calculated to exploit weak points, and every defensive move protected the Vanguard's core. The humans executed a series of maneuvers that no alien commander could have predicted. Using the asteroid field, the ship disappeared briefly, then reappeared behind the dreadnought, firing concentrated energy blasts at its engines. The dreadnought shuddered violently, its weapon systems failing one by one. The alien fleet attempted a coordinated counterattack, but the Vanguard anticipated every move. Energy pulses fired at communication nodes, causing confusion. Strategic systems were disabled without destroying unnecessary hull sections. A testament to Kane's human ingenuity. "Master Engineer," the AI said, "I can calculate a final strike that could incapacitate the flagship completely. It will require maximum energy output, and the risk is significant." Kane considered the options carefully. "Do it, but keep us alive. Remember, humans survive first, fight second." The Vanguard concentrated its power, channels converging in perfect harmony. A single, precise energy beam struck the dreadnought's core, and the ship erupted in a brilliant explosion. The remaining fleet, witnessing the flagship's destruction, faltered. Morale shattered, and disorganized retreat began immediately. Tara exhaled, relief flooding her features. We actually did it. One ship, one human crew. We just routed the galaxy's strongest fleet." Jin leaned back, eyes wide in disbelief. "I can't." They didn't even know what hit them. That was tactical genius. Kane looked out the viewport at the retreating ships. It wasn't genius. It was humans. We think differently, we adapt, and we don't give up. That's why we win, even when the odds are impossible. The AI spoke softly. "Master Engineer, my systems are operating beyond projected capacity. I am learning rapidly. Humans are remarkable." Kane smiled faintly. "And we're just getting started." After the battle, the humans assessed the Vanguard systems. Shields were intact, weapons cooled, engines stable. Not a single core system had been compromised. The ship, despite centuries of neglect and decay, had performed flawlessly under the direction of a small human crew. "This is incredible," Tara said. "Even the AI didn't expect it to hold up this well." "It's not just the AI," Kane said. "It's humans. That's the difference. We take the impossible and make it reality. That's what the galaxy doesn't understand about us." Jin shook his head, still awestruck. "I can't believe it. One ship, 3 humans, and we just humiliated a fleet. The galaxy won't forget this." "No," Kane said quietly. "And they won't forget humans either. This is a message, clear and simple. Underestimate us and you will regret it." The Vanguard pulsed softly in orbit, alive and aware. Its AI integrated seamlessly with the humans, responding not just to commands but to intent. Together, they had demonstrated something that no fleet in the galaxy could anticipate: a human mind paired with technology beyond understanding. As the humans prepared for repairs and adjustments, Kane turned to his team. "This is only the beginning. They'll regroup, they'll send more. And when they do, we'll be ready. Humans survive. Humans adapt. And humans win." Tara finished, a smile spreading across her face. Kane nodded. "Exactly. We're not just alive, we're dangerous. And the galaxy is about to learn why." The battle had proven one thing: humans were not to be underestimated. The Vanguard was no longer a forgotten relic. It was a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and adaptability. A single ship capable of turning the tide of war. And as the stars stretched endlessly outside the viewport, Kane knew one thing with certainty: the galaxy had never faced humans like this before. The Vanguard drifted in the quiet expanse at the edge of the galaxy. The battle against the alien fleet was over, and the remnants of their forces were scattered across the void. Captain Elias Kane stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction and unease. "They'll regroup," Jinmar said quietly, breaking the silence. "Stronger, faster, and angrier. What do we do next?" Kane did not answer immediately. His eyes were fixed on the glowing energy core at the heart of the Vanguard, pulsing with a gentle light. This was the ship's true power, ancient, hidden, and unmatched. The AI, now fully awakened, watched silently, its voice calm but curious. "Master Engineer," the AI said, "I sense that my core holds energy beyond current galaxy standards. Its potential is dangerous. Shall we explore it fully?" Kane nodded. "Yes, but carefully. This isn't about conquest. It's about understanding, about awakening what has been forgotten." Tara and Jin looked at him in surprise. "Awakening, you mean? Unlocking all her power?" Tara asked. Yes, Kane said. The galaxy underestimates humans because we don't just follow rules. We create our own, and sometimes that means reaching places others fear. The team descended into the lower decks toward the heart of the Vanguard, where the core pulsed brighter than ever. Kane ran his hands over the control panels, reading the alien symbols as the AI guided him. Slowly, deliberately, he began activating systems that had been dormant for centuries. This core, the AI said softly, was built to respond to humans, or a species like them. It adapts, it protects, and it can channel power far beyond normal limits. But it requires trust, intuition, and courage to control. Kane's fingers danced over the controls. Then let's earn that trust. Power flowed through the ship like liquid fire. The Vanguard shuddered and then hummed with a resonance that filled every corridor, every deck. The AI's voice rang out clearly. Master Engineer, I am fully aware. I am ready. Good, Kane said, voice calm but firm. Then it's time the galaxy sees humans for what we are. The sensors picked up movement. A scout fleet approaching, unaware of the Vanguard's full awakening. Kane allowed them to come closer, to underestimate the humans again. He wanted to show them the difference between fear and respect. As the alien ships opened fire, the Vanguard responded. Shields flared, engines roared, and weapons fired with unmatched precision. But this time every shot was enhanced, powered by the core's full potential. Energy beams cut through multiple targets simultaneously, disabling ships without destroying unnecessary structures. The AI moved fluidly with Kane's decisions, anticipating enemy moves before they happened. Master Engineer, the AI said, I can amplify the core further. We could disable the entire fleet with a single concentrated burst. Kane considered the risk carefully. No, not destruction. We're not killers, but we will show them humans are not to be underestimated. Using clever maneuvers, unconventional tactics, and the full power of the Vanguard, the humans forced the alien fleet to retreat. One by one, the ships powered down or fled, their morale shattered. The humans had not just won, they had demonstrated intelligence, adaptability, and restraint. Tara exhaled, smiling. They'll remember this, and they'll respect it. Or fear it. Exactly, Kane said. And that's the point. Humans are not about domination, but about capability. And when we show the galaxy what we can do, they pay attention. Once the threat had passed, Kane returned to the bridge. He gazed at the glowing core and spoke softly. You waited a long time for someone to understand you. I hope we've proven that humans are worth it. The AI responded almost with warmth. Master Engineer, humans have earned my trust. Your creativity, courage, and ingenuity are remarkable. Together we are stronger than any fleet, but more importantly, we act wisely. Jin grinned, slumping into his chair. I can't believe this. We just turned a forgotten ship into, I don't even know how to describe it. A one-ship army? A legacy, Kane said quietly. That's what it is. Humans are remembered for creating something extraordinary out of nothing. We don't follow orders blindly. We think, we adapt. We survive. And sometimes, we inspire. Tara nodded. Then what's next? Do we patrol? Do we fight more? Kane shook his head. No, we leave a message. We show that humans exist, that we are clever, fearless, and principled. That's our mark on the galaxy. The Vanguard's power is too great for casual use. Its purpose is to remind the galaxy that humans are not to be underestimated. The AI spoke softly. Master Engineer, I can store data, create simulations, and leave instructions for others. Future humans can learn from us. They can awaken more ships, more systems, more technology that has been forgotten. Kane smiled faintly. Then that's exactly what we'll do. Leave a legacy. Teach humans to create the impossible, to find power in what others discard, and to never back down. The humans spent the next hours preparing records, schematics, and AI instructions. They left hidden caches in distant sectors, designed to be found by future humans. Each instruction emphasized ingenuity, courage, and the ability to adapt. The Vanguard became a teacher as well as a weapon, a symbol of human potential. As they completed their work, Kane looked out the viewport at the stars. The galaxy will know humans exist. They will see our creativity, our resilience, and our courage. And they will remember the Vanguard. Tara smiled. We've done something incredible, Kane. We've turned rejection into legend. Yes, Kane said quietly. The Vanguard was forgotten, rejected by everyone. But humans saw potential where others saw junk. And that's the difference. That's who we are. Jin leaned back, shaking his head. I never thought I'd see humans take a ship that everyone laughed at and make it. Unstoppable, a legend. Honestly, I'm still in shock. Kane chuckled. Then let that shock spread. Let the galaxy think twice before underestimating humans. This is just the beginning. There are more forgotten things out there. Ancient tech. Lost fleets. Machines waiting for humans to see their potential. And when we do, the universe changes. The Vanguard pulsed softly, alive, aware, and ready for whatever came next. Its AI integrated perfectly with the human crew, learning, adapting, and growing. But even as they rested, Kane knew the galaxy was watching. Word of their victory and their power would spread like fire. They'll try to challenge us again, Tara said. And we'll be ready, Kane said firmly. Humans never back down. We survive. We innovate. And when the galaxy underestimates us, we remind them why that was a mistake. As the humans settled in for the night, Kane reflected on the journey. A ship rejected by all, abandoned in the void, had become the most powerful weapon in the galaxy. Not through numbers, not through blind destruction, but through human ingenuity, courage, and moral restraint. The galaxy had learned a lesson. Humans were not to be taken lightly. And the Vanguard, once forgotten, now legendary, would ensure that lesson endured for centuries. Kane turned to his crew. Let's rest. Tomorrow we prepare for the next challenge. But remember this, humans create power out of impossibility, and the universe will always take notice. The Vanguard's core pulsed softly, a heartbeat echoing through the hull. It was a promise, a warning, and a legacy. Humans had awakened her, humans had mastered her, and humans would shape the galaxy in ways no one could predict. In the endless void, a single ship floated quietly, ancient, powerful, alive. It had been rejected by the galaxy, forgotten, ignored, until humans found it. And in that moment, the galaxy learned the true meaning of human ingenuity, courage, and resilience. The Vanguard was more than a weapon. It was a symbol, a legend, a warning. Humans were here, and the universe would never forget them.